As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of El Dorado, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing Talon Esports. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss, his ex-teammate, representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is herO. And this is the finals that we yearn for. Dark and herO, they used to face week after week after week after week. Pre-EWC, it was post-Esports World Cup, where herO and Dark, they both went on vacation. They took some time off, so they haven't been facing each other as often. But the first half of the year, it was almost on a weekly basis, we would see herO and Dark face off in all these open tournaments, whether it was events like KSL, ESL Open Cup Asia, or ESL Open Cup Americas as well. In the more modern iteration of StarCraft in the second half of the year, it's been more so Beyond Shin and Nightmare, or Beyond Shin and Trap. They have been the more active Koreans, but previously it was herO and Dark. So great to see them once again, you know. It's the beginning of 2024 all over again. Let's go. And they do often go back and forth. I say back and forth. herO has the edge over Dark. You know, I want to say like 60 or 70% edge over Dark. herO, he has won the most KSLs in the history of Korean StarCraft League. This is herO's tournament, but Dark does usually make him work for it as well. And again, does bring him down from time to time. So I'm hoping for a back and forth. I'm hoping this is not a 3-0, and it's very rare for there to be a 3-0 in either direction. We should be seeing a Game 4 or a Game 5. As we get into this, a shout out to Neat Pete in the chat. Neat Pete number 8. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy God. Yes, for those in the, I believe, Americas, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I think it's ticked over in Europe for Monday. Here, of course, we're halfway through Monday already. Feliz Sunday. Feliz Sunday. Domingo. Take care. As Dark is going to be opening up the middle wall and expanding at the triangular third location. Now, this is one of the big features of the map, of course, is the gold minerals, or the golden wall, if you will. So you can mine through these patches, gain access to the southern half of the map. You can also take the gold base as a fourth from the opposite side as well. The downside is you don't take the gases, but I mean, it's worth it taking all those minerals. Likewise, there's also a golden wall or a regular wall in the center that you can mine through to gain access to that Cell Naga. So Dark is going to be expanding towards the south. I would imagine herO expanding towards the north. Each will have their own half of the map. Meanwhile, Stargate opener from herO. No surprises there. Chasing down the Overlord. Dark, he will be able to maintain himself though. It does keep the Overlord alive. And we'll see where our players go. I know that our eyes have been very much so on Dark, but herO himself can also be a very assertive, very aggressive player. Not necessarily the most unorthodox, but he's willing to go for, again, a variety of builds, whether it's Glaive Net follow-ups, does often go for 8-gate blink or 3 basic blink all-ins. Can rush into Sky Toss. Willing to be more chaotic. And it looks like herO, he's going to be expanding towards Dark. This is something that we don't see as often. Usually when one player expands on one half of the map, we see the other go for the other side instead and freely expand and head towards the mid to late game. But here, herO, he will also embrace the lower half of the map instead. And that means that the rush distance by ground, is very short. It's very short. We're like, what, like 2 screens or like 1 screen? You can see here in 1 screen, we're like touching tips here, like third base to third base. It's crazy. Okay. Which means Dark, he can just cut workers earlier, throw down a Roach one, and just go for a Roach all-in. He can even just walk the queens across the map as well. So bold move by herO. Bold move. And there's a reason why we rarely see our players expand like this into each other. But that's why we love herO and Dark as well. The Overlord gets sniped. But they have no fear. No fear, papi. No fear. They're both locked in with each other. And they like it. Oh no. They like it, papi. Meanwhile, it's going to be a 4:45 lair timing, or around 4:40 lair timing. Roach Warren has in place. Again, no surprises there. should be a commitment into Roach Ravager for Dark. The question becomes, when does he cut workers? Still going to be worth taking the 4th base. So as we mentioned, you usually take the 4th base here on this side of the wall to actually take advantage of the gold minerals. The downside, as we mentioned, is no gas is available to you, but the minerals are more than worth it. Dark will embrace that expansion. Oracle's dipping in. Dip in. Taking down some of those tumors. We see Dark is real quick to just replace them. Pushing forward. The creep is encroaching upon the 3rd. Eva Chambers on the way for +1. Tells us that Dark, he intends to drone a little bit further. He's up to 3 base saturation. I'm going to say that Dark actually doesn't need to drone. He can just transfer. He can just transfer his workers over and stay on a low drone count and just max out with Roach Ravager. And that's most likely what we're going to be seeing here. And this is where I'm really concerned for herO. My concerns are there. Ah, no. Can he keep up? Oh, actually, Hydroden's on the way. There we go. There's that transfer over towards the gold minerals. Oracles, they do dip between the bases. They get eyes on the gold base. Drones get pulled away. Dark, he's maintaining himself. But yeah, I was shocked to see the Hydrogen because that tells us that Dark, he is taking. He's taking up a little bit further. He does drone up further to 70. Getting into Roach Hydra. No Ravagers, not yet. Spinning his gas on Hydra instead. Meanwhile, meanwhile, herO himself taking up as well in towards Storm. And here we go, the armies will clash. Pushing forward, spreading more creep. Does get eyes on the stasis. Does notice. herO trying to take the gold? He's crazy. Starkey takes control of the Zelnaga. Moving in. Doesn't have enough to break herO. Has to be careful not to overextend. Dark pulling back. Building up more Hydras. Cool. Once again, threatening a dive. Pushing into the army. Stasis goes off. Oh, 3 stasis even. Oh my god. Darky gets caught out. He has to get out of here. Moving forward to the Hydras, but that's a risky move. Hydras, they have range at least. Hydras are exposed. They have to back up. Stasis is about to run out. Dark is going to be committing. Does commit in. Immortals are ready. Storm is almost done. Again, herO, he did try to expand. It's crazy. Expansion is denied, and the creep, I mean, I don't actually see herO being able to expand outside of taking the northern expansions. But alas, he's not. Focusing towards the south, Oracles get caught out. 1-2 Oracles fall, massive pickups. That many less stasis traps. herO going for the golds. Dark instead, he rotates, a risky maneuver. Headed towards the natural. As Darky does slow step forward. Takes down the Cybercore. Here he has to respond. Coming in first round. Darky takes down the wall, takes down the gateways. Pushing in towards that 4th at the same time. herO diving on the Hydras. Ooh, Storm will zone. Storm zones away. Expansion, that's a kill, not a cancel. That's a kill on the Nexus. herO in trouble. And he's just being starved out. Right now, the win condition for Dark, as he double expands, he's taking the gold base and the northern expansion as well, is just to starve herO out. Make sure he cannot take a 4th. Hive is on the way. Lurker Gen on the way. And Dark, he's not really interested in pushing in. Oh. Hive just being cleaned up. Very nice catch by herO. We'll lose all the High Templar, though. Which is brutal. And Dark, he rotates. Keeping up with the army. We'll catch him out. herO does blink away. Still decent catch here from herO, sorry, from Dark. Takes down the Oracle. herO keeping up. Still no fourth expansion. And Dark can now embrace Lurker attack. Oof. Nice storms though. I mean, that's a lot of storms for herO, true. He has to push in here and now. I mean, he's all in at this point. His 3-base all in. There's no fourth, there's no economy. It's all or nothing. Dark coming in for this round. Nice storms. Oof. Yeah, the storms are brutal. Dark collapsing on the army. There's one storm left. And Dark, he wants to catch this High Templar. There's the final storm. Oh my god. Oh wait, no, there's a I didn't realize that's a full energy High Templar in the back line. He's got more storms. He can keep going. He can keep going. There's the storm. Lunge is done. Dark pulls away. Does pull away here, desperately trying to re-expand and take another expansion, but Dark is maxing out. This time he has access to Lurkers. Dark will lose the southern expansion, but he didn't want it anyway. Just want to make sure that herO would not have it. Dives into the natural. And Dark, he's more than happy to trade. Takes down the Archons. Storm coming in. Massive storm here on the Hydras. But here he's losing far too many units. Far too many Stalkers go down. Again, the storms are good, but there's just not enough. There's not enough here. GG gets called, and Dark, he will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Dark does take a lead here. Again, herO had it was crazy to see herO expand towards Dark in such a fashion. It was like, I mean, if he's locked in with Dark, and especially if Dark goes for, I mean, again, a longer kind of game state there, Dark, he just gained map control, never allowed herO to expand, never allowed him to take a 4th base. herO was all in. He was just all in, he was committed, and he did not have enough to break through. And with that, GG. GG, well played. Dark does take a lead. And herO finding out the hard way why typically you don't expand towards the Zerg player there on El Dorado. That was just a crazy maneuver. Didn't pay off. Did not pay off in the end. I was expecting herO, maybe if we're expanding, if we're taking these southern bases, then maybe herO was going to go for an earlier aggression, earlier push, but that was not the case. And with that, Dark did snowball out of control. GG. GG, well played. Now we're getting into game number 2 on King's Cove. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Talon Esports, leading the series 1-0. It is Dark. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the Red Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming, WBG, down in the series. We'll see if we can bounce back. It is herO. If only there's a way to dash away from them. Unfortunately, Dark took a lot of storms to the face, but again, it didn't matter. Like, Dark, he had enough of an advantage where, despite taking those storms, he was able to overwhelm herO nonetheless. And Dark, once again, going for the hatch block. Does move out across the map. We saw this from Dark in his series against Classic, going to be hatch blocking that natural and delaying the expansion for as long as possible. As the drone has arrived and the hatchery is thrown down. Behind this, Dark is not going for an all-in. Again, this is only designed to disrupt the economy. Behind this, Dark should be double expanding. Should take his natural, should take his third, take his gases, and get into a longer game state. As the probe comes into the main, and Dark, he slips into his own natural. There we go. Natural's going to get up and running. herO, he does pull 5 probes to deal with this. Maybe forced to make the first Zealot as well. There we go, Zealot's on the way. You see Dark going for the gas, so it's going to be a hatch into gas, into pull, into a 3rd base. And this is all going to come down to the counterattack of herO. herO, he is going to have, a forge? Okay, herO, a very interesting follow-up. He's going for an all-in. This is very unique. You don't often see forge responses, but with this, he can go into fast +1. He can try to set up a cannon rush as well in the low ground. He's cannon rushing. Let's go. A delayed cannon rush, but a cannon rush nonetheless. Here come the pylons. herO, he cancels the expansion. The pylon gets spotted. And Dark, how does he respond? The spawning pool is still just now finishing up. Here come the cannons. And herO, he might be able to contain Dark on one base. Boys are being pulled. The cannon is thrown down. Ooh, but is cancelled, is denied. Oh my god, creep is spreading. The drone gets caught out, and the cannon rush is denied. The cannon rush is completely shut down. herO trying to get behind the middle line. There's still a little bit of room left for some cannons. Oh, he gets one. He gets two. Gets two cannons, but these are laser cannons. Darky pulls the boys. Lings, they pop out. They get on top of the Zealots. Adept has arrived as well. Yo, can that third cannon finish? The other two are surrounded. It's getting chaotic. Adept does focus on the Lings. Adept goes down. Zealot as well. But one cannon will finish. Is that enough? Is the one cannon enough? Queen pops out. Lings, they struggle to get surface area. Nah, it's going to be targeted down. Dark holds. Dark, he will hold on. He will lose 4 drones in the process. But he also killed a cannon, a Zealot, an Adept, 2 pylons. And here, he has no natural. He has no natural base Dark. He double expands. Perfectly fine. And Dark does take a lead. Dark, he's down in drones for the time being, but he can drone up. He's fine. He can drone up from here. He can saturate, and herO, he doesn't really have much left. Doesn't have much behind this. He's rushing into +1 attack. Link speed is almost done. Dark is going to be able to flood across the map, hunt down these adepts, and potentially break the natural, because this natural is completely wide open. Here we go. The Lings are moving out. Dark, he's not droning. Adepts, they spot the Lings. They have to race back home. There's the recall, and we need a wall. We need to wall as quickly as possible. Gateway gets thrown down. But here come the Lings. Oh, the wall! The wall is open. The wall is wide open. Lings, they come in first round. They catch one of the adepts. One of it falls. But here he does fully wall off. Lings trying to knock it down, going for the gateway. Gateway gets surrounded. Ooh, that's a kill! That's a kill, not a cancel. But it looks like herO, he will hold on. He's got a sentry, he has a force field. Dark gets a probe. herO does survive, and now Dark can drone. Now Dark is going to saturate, he's going to drone up his bases, and we can calm things down and enter a longer game state. But again, the game could have ended then and there. So thankfully, herO was able to wall in time. He was able to wall in time. See in chat, damn, herO is crazy. He is crazy. Like again, it was such a delayed like cannon rush response. There was a slim chance for it to work, and as we saw, it didn't. But that's why we love herO. He's an animal. Absolute animal. Here we go. He does throw down his cannon, sorry, his gateway, setting up for a Twilight Council. With fast +1, I would love to see either blink or charge. There it is. Blink is on the way. This looks like a 2-base blink all in. He's on 3 gates. We should be seeing a 4th gateway, +2 is on the way. herO, he will have quite an amount of potent stalkers, but we'll see. We'll see how hard he does commit, or if he just expands. You know, Dark droning up his 3rd base, massing up Lings. There we go. There's the, I believe, 4th gate. Yeah, 4th gateway is on the way. So 2-base 4-gate blink all in. herO setting up for the expand. Ling does spot the probe. And that may trigger Dark to drone. And he is droning. Okay. Dark is droning up. herO warping in more stalkers. Getting ready for his eventual move out. Protecting that probe. Throws out. Oh god! Lings are coming for the surround! There's one force field, but that's a brittle surround. Forces a recall. Okay, herO caught out in the open. Dark, he will punish. Catches the final stalker. Blink is not done. And that's a brutal loss here for herO. Losing the Stalkers. Still stuck on 2 bases. I mean, again, +2 is halfway done, and there we go. Now we secure the all-in here. Robo, that should be for the Warp Prism. 5th Gateway. Dark is checking for a 3rd. Confirms that there is none. And Dark hopefully doesn't make too many workers. Dark is on 3 gases. He could get away with a 4th gas, I feel. He could probably get away with a 4th gas, but for now, he's focusing on Ling Ravager production. It's all about that Ling Ravager. Yes, there is a Nexus on the way, but more than anything, Dark is going to be vulnerable to a move out. He checks, he confirms, there is a Nexus. Dark's still making more Lings. Now going back into droning. And hero's just had a very rough start. It's been it's been a rough start, Pappy. Rough start. Going for the Temple Archives, working towards Storm. Now, when I saw the Robo, I assumed it was going to be for a Warp Prism to move out across the map with a 5 gates, 2 base all in. But there is no Prism. The Robo actually didn't make anything. So, nothing with the Robo, just going for the Temple Archives, which means herO plans on macroing. Does plan on macroing. Overseer tries to confirm. Observer now on the way. Alongside +3. And upon seeing this, Dark, he should drone. He's now getting a 5th expansion. He can drone up to 4 base saturation at this point. He has a safe enough army here to do so. Taking up into a Bailey Nest. Interesting. So Dark, he's not going for the Hydrogen. For now, he's just going Ling Bane Roach Ravager. He's sticking with a mid-game composition. Tech-wise, he's not being too greedy. And we can see Dark is going to be joining up to 74. 74 workers. So far, so good. A herO, he will have fast +3. True, like the upgrade advantage is going to be huge for those Stalkers. It's going to be massive. But it may not matter, as Dark is going to be the first to max out. He should be focusing on maxing. Oh, spots the Observer. And Dark can take a couple of different approaches here. He spots the would-be 4th, which means he takes up into a Hydrogen. I do like this for Dark. As he heads into the mineral line, forces to get thrown down, looking the army back. Whilst they graze the Stalkers. Meanwhile, the Lings, they get into the mineral line. 15 probes go down, and brutal damage. The Lyles, they connect. And Storms are being forced out, and herO, he can't hold on. Cannot hold on, not anymore. He'll lose his entire mineral line. Storms, they will zone away the Roach Ravager. herO, he will hold. But at a cost of 18 probes. Ay. And behind this, Dark is taking. We have the Hive on the horizon. Lurker Den as well. Again, Dark looking very comfortable here. Storm zones Dark away. He dives in, going for that Templar, forces in those Archons. Speaking of, he does focus one of them down. He's going to get the other. Yes, nice both. So efficient trades here from Dark, trading Lings for Archons. I will lose a couple of Roaches though. And back at home, Dark should be remaxing with Hydra Lurker. 15 Hydras are on the way. Dark getting caught out. herO, he's committed. Will deny the 6th. Dark coming in for a concave, and again, this area is just so wide open. Dark, he collapses in, Stutter says forward. GG gets called, and he gets surrounded, and Dark will take a 2-0 lead. GG. GG, well played again. A wild response from herO. As a reminder, this all started with a delayed cannon rush. It was crazy. It was a very late cannon rush response because of the cannons, they didn't get up and running. Or I should say, one cannon got up for a couple of seconds. It killed 4 drones, but that's all it did. Killed 4 workers. From there, Dark was looking very comfortable. The downside of the build from herO, or the response from herO, is that his natural was heavily delayed. So even though he killed 4 drones, it wasn't really worth it, as Dark was able to freely drone, freely saturate, and he was in full control, denied the 3rd base over and over again, delayed it for so long, denied the 4th base, and yeah, here he kind of stumbled his way into the mid game, was overwhelmed, and with that, we're getting into game number 3. Gonna be loading into Abyssal Reef. Let's go. Loading into Abyssal Reef. A much larger map, and this map is more defendable on, I mean, we say this all the time, it's going to be much more easier to defend and fortify your 3, 4, and 5 bases. If the Protoss want to slow things down and get into a longer game, say this is the map to be on. And here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have the blue Zerg. Oh my god. Okay, 15-15. We have the blue Zerg player, the South Korean Zerg, representing Talon Esports, going for a 15-15. It is Dark. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is herO. Now, something that is viable on maps like Abyssal Reef and on Neon Violet Square is 15-15 openers. Dark can cut corners, and he can even attempt to open up gasless here. This is going for a more committed gasless build is seen more against Terran players. Dark should still embrace gas though against herO, as link speed of course does have more value early on. For now though, with the 15, he's able to get the hatchery on time, on location. Hatchery gets placed, there's that spawning pool follow-up, and we'll see when Dark takes his gases. Here we go. Are you even awake? Still cast? Oh, always, Pappy, always. If you're curious, our next cast is going to be in how many hours time? 9? In around 9 hours time, we're going to be live once again on the channel with some more StarCraft. Let's go. In 9 hours, we're going to be casting Wardy TV Monday. Wardy TV Monday. I will most likely sleep though. I'm probably going to nap in between. I'm going to try and get like at least 4 hours sleep before the Wardy TV Monday. Yeah, we cast every day, man, every day. And half the time, like 2 times a day. Like today we have KSL and Wardy. Tomorrow we have Alima League and Pigosor Monday. So 2 casts a day. Let's go. So now here he's going for a standard gate, expand into Cybercore. Yeah, cheese it up, yeah. If the stars are shining, light is casting. Top in nose, Pappy, top in nose. Dad, como estás? Bienvenidos, Top in. Always good to see you, Pappy. Always good. Always. Big shout out to Top in. Top in, of course, is a big part of the Latin American StarCraft community. Big part of it. Much love, much love. Or at least used to be. Not too sure what Topin is up to nowadays, but good to see you nonetheless. Hope you're doing well. Much love. Where do you live? Australia? Yes, yes. Australia. Land of Oz. As interesting, herO going to be opening up with a Void Ray. Okay, it's going to be a Void Ray opener out of herO. Interesting. Now with a Void Ray opener, the goal here is to deny vision, hunt down overlords, and to keep the tech hidden. This sometimes leads into a standard game, but this could lead into something like a second Stargate and a Fleet Beacon and Sky Toss. Tempest. This wouldn't be a bad map for it. It'd be actually a pretty good map for it. Just because it's so easy to defend on your 3-base setup and 4-base setup. Otherwise, it could just be Void Ray into a standard build, and it could just be keeping Dark in the dark. As it does poke in. Dark focusing on link speed, pulling out of gas, droning up, saturating his bases, defending with purely queens and slow links for now. Void Ray does move out. And herO will expand. And again, because Gas did open initially with a 15-15, it means link speed is late. It means that this third base is more secure. Those links can't be as active. Oracle dips in. It's like 1 p.m. Yes, 1 p.m. So Oracle just rotates, keeping tabs here on Dark. And herO, he didn't really tech into any weird direction. He did open up Void Ray, that is true, but as we can see here, a standard follow-up. So didn't hide anything to just go for a standard build. Behind this, going for a Forge and Twilight counts with the +1 and most likely Blink into the mid game. So for the first time this series, herO, he has a comfortable start. Much more comfortable start. Now moving up with the depths. Still has the Oracles being active. Void Ray races back home to defend. So Oracles, they dip in between the bases. Adepts likewise moving in as well. How many Adepts? Oh, 7. So far, Darky fully walls off. He delays the Adept attack. Producing more Roaches, producing more Lings. Trying to keep up. Oracles, they come in to support. Dive on the army. Nicely done. The Spores and done. Ooh, without the Spore, drones are going down. They are denied. So far, 2 drone kills. Adepts, they shade into the natural. Yeah, Lings, they cannot engage. Again, with 7 Adepts, they can hold their own. This is getting out of hand. It's going to be 6 drone kills. Getting to 7, 8, 9. Oh my god. 11 workers go down, shading into the main. And is forced to recall. Do force the recall, but very nice damage here from herO. 11 drone kills. That should not have happened. Should not have been that many. And now herO can comfortably get into the mid game. Ooh, Dark responding with a Spire. Okay, I was waiting for the tech of choice. I was waiting for that tech, and it is going to be Muta play here from Dark. This is very much so a gamble. If it goes unscouted, he can pop off, he can wreak havoc, he can pull herO apart. If he gets scouted, then herO can shut Dark down. That's as he can respond with Phoenixes, with additional gateways, Blink Stalkers, cannons, shield batteries. herO is being active, but so far hasn't seen much. Well, I should say, herO knows that he hasn't seen any tech yet, right? He didn't see a Hydrogen, didn't see an Infestation Pit. Meanwhile, herO reinforcing. Perking up the ramp. Denying creep. Possible the researching Evo Chamber. Lings are holding their own. Blood Transfuse. Lings are coming from behind. But that's what the Oracle's are going to be for. And they activate their beams. They clean up most of the Lings. And herO is going to just keep reinforcing. And Dark didn't make any Roaches. He intentionally didn't make any Roaches, so Dark is in trouble. Lings are cleaned up. Mutas are on the way, but Mutas, they can't help with the defense. And the Roach Warden is going to go down. Massive pickup. herO catching out more Lings. Rotating over. He could have tried to push up the ramp, and does he scout? Oh. He does not. Oh, he does not see the Spire. Mutas now collapsing in. With Link support, Mutas, they can trade here. As Mutas are revealed. Shows the Stasis. Oh, Stasis goes up. And Mutas are in trouble. Mutas are going down. Void Ray comes into play. Lings are trying to support it. It looks like Dark, he will barely hold on, but he's losing most of his Mutas. Nice blinks here from herO. He blinks down to the low ground, avoids the Lings. Does that trade. Oh my god. And that's going to be 10 Mutas going down. A 1-to-1 trade, Muta for Stalker. Ay, ay, ay. That was not worth it. Expensive losses for Dark. Dark is still in trouble. Rock's get knocked down. herO reinforces, getting a 4th base behind this, and he just keeps going. herO, he just keeps pushing, and he smells blood in the water. He knows that Dark is struggling to survive. I mean, that's the risk you take when you go Muta. Things, they come in for the surround. Better trades here. The Lings, they're doing quite a bit to the Stalkers. You shot most of them down. Dark is down to 10 meters. Losing 13. We're getting some breathing room. And he just needs time. Dark, he needs time to mass up more Lings. And more mutas. Oh, +1 melee was denied, of course. I was waiting for the... I was like, what happened to the upgrade? But yeah, here he denied +1. And the Evo chamber was never rebuilt. Oof, that is brutal. These are 0-0 Lings. Even though they're meant to be good against Stalkers, I mean, they're nowhere near as good as they should be. And nice blink control here. Pylon's on the way to reinforce. And here, he's overwhelming. Takes on every single Ling. Dark is trying to transition out of mutas into Hydras. Trying to. Needs more time. More Stalkers on the way. Hatchery under fire. Mutas are going for a counterattack, trying to force a herO back home. Hoping to force a recall. Speaking of, there it is. herO does recall. Dark, he got what he wanted. Forcing back herO, but herO did kill the fourth. Like, the fourth still went down. Dark trying to double expand. Taking down the pylons. Getting his fourth and his fifth base. Mutas, they hit the natural, but hero's in position. hero's still pushing in. Dark engaging with these Lings. At least trying to. The Zealots are coming to reinforce. Again, the role of the Zealots are just a buffer. Just to be that wall for the Stalkers. StarKy does try to hit the third. Going for the third base, but here he's still just committing in. He commits. The boys are being pulled. More Zealot reinforcements have arrived. Charge is done. GG gets called as herO overwhelms, and herO puts a point on the board. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Dark, he did attempt to go into mutas. He didn't get scouted, but again, it was a big gamble here. Dark, he intentionally, even though he had a Roach Warren, didn't make roaches. He saw the Stalkers moving out. He decided not to make any roaches, which means he was vulnerable to the Stalker aggression. And it wasn't just that. It was really unfortunate here that he had his tech on the front lines. He lost his Roach Warren, and his +1 melee was denied to the initial Stalker push. So he had to defend with purely 0-0 Lings and 0-0 mutas. They're not ideal defensively. Mutas, they struggle defensively, and we saw Dark lose far too much there. Very strong control though from herO. We should also emphasize that, even though herO did punish Dark, and Dark was kind of playing trying to go uphill the entire game there, essentially trying to fight back, but also on top of that, because the immaculate blink control, herO, he just out-traded and made that look even more dominant in favor of herO. GG. GG, well played. With that, we have a series. Whew. We have a back and forth. I was concerned it was going to be a little bit more one-sided after that first 2-0 advantage, but now herO does bounce back. Again, Dark gambling a little bit in that last game. And now we're getting into Frostline as game number 4. Here we go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Frostline, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Talent Esports. Leading the series 2-1, still one game away from claiming this week's KSL. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is herO. Here we go. To embrace Frostline. Now, Frostline is another unique map as well. It is large, that is true, but unlike Abyssal Reef, unlike Neon Violet Square, it is much more vulnerable. The bases themselves are very spread out, much more exposed as well, so trying to defend your third and fourth base, especially in a longer game state, can be quite difficult indeed. So we'll see how aggressive our players decide to be. As Dark is going hatch gas pool. Standard opener here from our Korean Zerg player. No 15-15 this time. This does mean that link speed is going to finish earlier than previously, which means Dark can be active and try to threaten the third base of herO. This does mean that herO has to be much more careful with the initial adepts. Just be a little bit more careful with them. Doesn't want to get caught out. Assuming that herO takes the third, but I mean, he should. Should it look to take that third base? So now we are going to be settling in. And it is going to be that Stargate opener. Once again, Stargate opener out of herO. Now, if you remember, last game, herO did open Void Ray, and he went into a standard follow-up. He went Void Ray into double Oracle, into a third, into +1 Blink, and yeah, into a standard game state on Abyssal Reef. I would not be opposed to herO opening up Void Ray again and actually having a different kind of follow-up instead to try to play games with Dark, play some mind games, I should say, try to lure him in. For now, based on the rally, though, it looks like an Oracle. Otherwise, it'd be rallied towards the Overlord. Never mind. Is rallied to the natural now. Okay, you have my attention. What's it gonna be? First step moves that across the map. Yep, Void Ray. There we go. Rallied back home, which means Void Ray, not Oracle. So I do like this. As I was just saying, the idea of herO going Void Ray 2 games in a row and having a different transition and different follow-up is a really good way to just play mind games in general. It's one of the strengths of a Void Ray opener in a series like this, is that Void Ray openers can be quite versatile, and because of that, it can lead into something more aggressive or something standard. It's a little bit more up in the air, and herO can play with that. As herO, he's hunting down that Overlord, and he does find it. Yeah, it does find the Overlord towards the south. He's aware of the Overlord towards the north. We'll hunt them both down. And that will supply block Dark. And Dark forced to make extra Overlords. Trying to get into his third. Dark's trying to get the hell out of here. Saving the Overlord. Get him out of here. We'll pull away. But it will be found. It's going to be both Overlords falling. Behind this, herO going for a standard follow-up once again. Going to be double Oracle into a third. Oh, never mind. That is a Twilight Council before third base. You have my attention. Now, based on this build... Oh, actually, Forge? Wait. Okay. Huh. Charge? Is this going to be a charge roll-in? I'm leaning towards charge, but I'm ready. he's cooking, Pop. He's cooking. Twilight Council before third base screams Glaive Adepts, but the Forge does mean that it shouldn't be Glaives. It should be something different, and I'm leaning towards charge more than anything. I mean, it could be Blink, but we'll keep an eye on herO. Reinforcing with Stalkers. There's a sign. Yeah, there it is. +1 Blink Stalker. But again, very fast +1 Blink. Which means, are we going for a Gateway Explosion? Are we going for an 8-gate 3-base all-in with +1? My eyes are on herO. I should say, my eyes are on herO's production tab. Lings, they dive in, they get a surround on one of the Stalkers. Well, they barely do not. There we go, one Stalker goes down. They're behind this, they get across the map, they're getting into the mineral lines, drones are falling, oh my god, Lings are out of position, they're across the map, and so many drones are going down. It's gonna be 8, 9, 10 drones, this is too much, this is far too much at this point. Lings they're in production, but this is game-ending damage. 14, I wanted to see the build of herO, but herO's popping off with the Adepts. 17 drones for 3 Adepts, 18 workers go down. Dark, his economy is crippled. He's forced to redrone, forced to resaturate, and now he is vulnerable to an all-in. More gateways on the way. So far, just on a 4-gate setup, getting up to 6, building up towards 6 gateways. But after all that damage, the correct thing to do is to go for a 3-base all-in. 100%. There we go. Extra gateways on the way. There it is. It's going to be an 8k 3-base all-in. Again, we were already headed in this direction to begin with. +1 attack is going to finish up just in time for this. And this is going to hit like a truck. After losing 18 drones, Dark, he has to re-drone. He has no army. He has to remake those workers. And he's hurting as a result. Dark is taking into Hydras, into Hydra range, into... Oh my, he's being so greedy. He's crazy. Infestation, it's on the way for the Hive. Ay, ay, ay. And we're waiting for the move out. herO, he has eyes on the 4th. He's on how many gates? He's getting up there. Prism is on the way to reinforce. 4th base is going to be denied. Yeah, there's a cancel on the 4th base. Dark stuck on a 3-base economy. On a struggling 3-base economy. herO teching. Okay, I mean, herO doesn't need to tech. I'll be honest, he doesn't need to, but okay. He's teching up, going for a double Robo, double Colossus, or even double Disruptor Production. herO, he is not moving out. I assumed with the Warp Prism he would commit to like a massive push into a massive all-in, but no, he's chilling. I mean, he is ahead. That is true. He is ahead. Technically, he doesn't have to go for the kill. But he is giving Dark time, which means he's giving Dark the opportunity to get into the Hive. Remember, Dark, he took a big risk rushing into this infestation bit when he was struggling to even expand. He was struggling, but he does get away with it. So this is a big moment for Dark, which means he can rush into Lurkers. And can Dark stabilize from there? We'll see. We'll see if we can get there. There's that Lurker down that we spoke about. Again, Dark is being so greedy tech-wise. He's getting away with it. herO more concerned about expanding and defending. Is making 2 Colossus though. And does he move out with it? It looks like not. He's taking up even further into the Temple Archives, into Storm. That tells us that herO is going to be more defensive. He's backing off. Dark is stabilizing. Joining up to 71. Vipers are on the way. Hydra Lunge on the way. Dark, he is recovering. He isn't back in this yet. Like, he still has a ways to go. Dark, I mean. But he's on the road. He's on the road to recovery. I wouldn't be opposed to earlier Lurker production, just to be safe. But Dark, he isn't really one to be safe. Not really want to do so. Knocking down those rocks. Vipers morphing in. Same time as Zelsa, do hit the right hand side. They're going for the mineral line. Dark a bit out of position. Has to respond. Zelsa into the natural. And here comes herO pushing in. herO still has the advantage. The Lurkers are barely not ready. Full Lurkers on the way. Vipers are set up. Oh, here come the Storm drops. Vipers are going for the yoink. Ooh, they get the Prism. Prism goes down. Storms are denied. But it may not matter. From here, he may just snowball out of control. He has 4 Lurkers to contend against. Has 4 Lurkers ready. Any detection? Ooh, the answer is no. Observers just now starting. A 0 detection for herO. So Dark, he holds. But he does lose the base. Does lose the expansion. herO rotating over. Vipers coming in with some more abductions, going for the Colossus. Oh, he gets 1. He gets 1, he gets 2. And he wants 3. Ooh, oh my god, but the swipes are brutal. A lot of Hydras do go down. herO rotating. Dark keeping up. Suss up his Lurkers. Now there is an Observer with the army. Another yoink, another snipe. herO, he's down to 1 Colossus. Zelsa busts into the mineral line. Nice hold position micro. But herO, once again, he denies the 4th. And that really, this is all that herO has to do. He denied the southern 4th base, now the 5th. Knocks him down one after the other, and he's just starving Dark out. And herO can just outscale. You can just outscale him. As he's up in bases, he's up in workers, up in economy. herO can max out. Wait, herO didn't have Storm? I think this was a mistake. Like herO, he had High Templar in the Prism. Like he was acting like he had Storm drops available, and I think this is a mistake from herO. So, I mean, he didn't even need it. True, didn't even need it. Would have helped. That Storm is halfway done. Lurkers pushing in. Going for the 3rd. How many Lurkers do we have? 7. 7 Lurkers, 2 Vipers, Abductions coming in, going for the Colossus. We'll get one. Final Colossus goes down. Base under fire. Oh, the feedbacks though. Feedbacks from herO. Getting into Tempest production. Coming in from behind, getting very scrappy. herO pushing forward. And it looks like he will clean this up. Yeah, this time he has detection. Cleans up with the Lurkers, cleans up the entire army, and Dark, he has almost nothing left. Remember, Dark, he has no economy. He has no economy, he cannot sustain this. Bleeding out even the Vipers. No, get out of here. The final Viper goes down. And Dark, he plummets in supply. Again, it was just a brutal start, and hey, Dark, he almost recovered, but emphasis on almost. Like, even though he was able to tech up, Dark, he never really embraced a 4-base economy. He's just now transferring over. But he was never on 4 bases. Never for a long time, at least. Never enough for it to really pay for itself, and Dark, he's still struggling. Now down to 0 Lurkers, 0 Vipers, purely Roach Hydra. And herO, he's raised a move. Oh, God. I mean, he can Storm. True, he can Storm as well. Storm did complete. I do think that herO can keep pushing. Right now, he's still playing tentatively. herO is going to be rotating over towards the northern expansion. Again, herO just playing very safe. And I'll be honest, I'm not used to seeing this. Like, I mean, I'm used to seeing herO with a little bit more killer instinct here, but I guess especially because he's on match point, he's been playing it safer than usual. He just wants to be secure. He's maxed out. Hydra's coming in, but there are plenty of Storms. Dark, he does pull away, but it's still just a numbers game. And here he can just keep pushing. He can just keep pushing in. Dark trying to escape. Does go for a counterattack. Oh, the Hydras, they get caught out. And you can see Dark just doing everything he can to force herO to turn around, but herO, he does not budge. He keeps going. He commits, will knock down the 3rd, and he just keep pushing from here. And just keep pushing. Knocks down the expansion. There's the recall. herO setting up for the surround. Storm pops off, revelation on the Lurkers, and yeah, there's no escape. there's no getting out of this. Oh no. And GG gets called. herO, he ties up the series 2-2. We are going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, herO, he had a massive lead, a massive advantage, killing 18 drones at the start of the game. It was insane how much damage those 3... It was only 3 adepts. 3 adepts killed Dark. Killed Dark at the start of the game. Dark did attempt to recover. Because herO was being more passive in the follow-up, Dark did get away with teching into a fast infestation bit, fast Hydras, into Lurker tech, into Hive tech as well. So the teching from Dark he got away with. It was very impressive. But something that Dark did not get away with is expanding. He tried to take a 4th, tried to take a 5th, but time and time again, herO, he played it safe. Just played it safe. After getting an advantage, he just settled into his own 4 bases and just denied the 4th. He just rotated, denied the 4th base over and over again, and just starved Dark out. And with that, we're going to the ace match. Okay, we're going to be getting into the ace match here. The final game of the series, we're going to be loading into Whispers of Gold. Let us go. A much smaller map. Going to be taking a break from these larger maps, taking a break from King's Cove and Abyssal Reef and Frostline. Now a much smaller map in the map pool. A much more aggressive map as well. Here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Whispers of Gold. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Talon Esports. It is Dark. And spawning in the top left hand corner. In the top left, we have the South Korean Protoss, the red Protoss player representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is herO. We go, and again, Dark, he had a massive lead early on. He had a 2-0 advantage in this series, and now herO has forced the ace match. We've gone the distance here, and regardless, it all ends here. It all ends on Whispers of Gold. Again, the big feature of this map is it is a smaller map, shorter rush distance by ground, especially if you knock down the rocks. Whether it's the rocks on the left or rocks on the right hand side, they will reduce the surface, or sorry, reduce the time it takes to get across the map to commit to an all-in. Likewise, third bases are also more exposed than on other maps as well. Unlike on other maps, there is no high ground advantage, there's no ramp, there's no point of elevation. So things like Queen walks across the map or German taxis, they do hit even harder. But we'll see. We shall see. So now we do have our hatch gas pool, standard opener out of Dark. Likewise, herO, gate expand into Cybercore. Go. So we are going to be calming things down, and we'll see when and if Dark cuts workers. Really, my eyes are going to be on Dark to see the Roach Warren timing, the Lair timing, the saturation. Those are going to be the tells for Dark. Meanwhile, from herO, he did open up Void Ray 2 games in a row so far. The previous 2 games it opened Void Ray. I do like the idea of, again, going for Void Ray for a 3rd time. Typically, like, that's, again, just to hide your build from your opponent, just to keep Dark guessing, and to mix it up. herO does move out across the map. He's going to be zoned away by the Lings. Likewise, Dark still just droning, saturating, expanding towards his opponent, taking the forward expansion. And the Stargate is rallied back home, which means, yep, Void Ray. It's going to be a Void Ray opener out of herO once again. Now, winding it back, if you recall, we did see hidden tech from herO in the last game on Frostline. So herO, he went for a Void Ray opener into really fast Forge and Twilight Council into +1 and Blink, led into an 8-gate setup. We saw that herO had the option to go for an all-in, but he chose to play it safe on Frostline after taking a lead. Here, I wouldn't be opposed to an 8-gate, to be honest. Like, an 8-gate, it sounds really good on this map, actually, but we'll see. As here comes that Void Ray that we did mention. And more importantly, we'll see which tech is hidden this time. Do we go for a second Stargate? Do we go for an early Twilight Council, early Robo, early Forge, or into double Oracle, 3rd base into a standard game? As the overload goes down. Meanwhile, shout out to Express Karma in the chat. Baby God, thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Welcome one and all to the finals of KSL of the Korean StarCraft League. Welcome to the final game as well, as we're here in the ace match. Now herO, he goes Oracle into double Oracle into 3rd base. Standard game. Standard setup here by herO. He's not teching in any crazy direction. Again, his crazy tech was last game on Frostline, so this time, standard opener. I mean, standard follow-up, I should emphasize. Oracles are moving out. Going to be scattering across the map. So far, the Queens are keeping up. It's going to be a fast Evo Chamber +1 melee on the way from Dark. This usually leads into Ling Hydra into a longer game. As Dark is embracing +1 melee, droning up. Ooh, I say that. He is knocking down those rocks a little bit earlier. Fast pivot, Bane Bust. He's going for a Bane Bust. Let's go. Darky's knocking down those rocks. Queens are moving forwards. Creep is going to be spreading, and he's going to be Bane Busting herO. We'll see if herO can keep up. We'll see if he can hold on. See if he can hold on. Oh! Oracle, they do hit the 3rd. Drone's going to be falling. 4 drone kills so far. Ooh. Oracle is picked off. Nicely done here by Dark. Shuts down the Oracle. Adepts they shade in towards the natural. Not enough Lings, not yet. Lings are still in production. Do hit the natural. And Lings are trying to hold their own, but drones are falling. Going to be 5 drone kills already. Oh no, not again. Not like on Frostline. Boys are being pulled. 8 drones do go down. Yeah, we've seen this before. Not like this, as this is becoming critical damage. 10 drone kills. hero's not done. Does cancel the shade. Recalls back home. Speaking of, shout out to Tater Tutor in the chat. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Hope you had a good ladder session, I'm assuming. Gah, papi gah. And welcome to the finals of the KSL. Welcome to the ace match. And with that, hero's ahead. He does take a lead. He's ahead economically. Dark behind this is expanding, taking up into a lair. He is being active with his Lings, but again, he's redroning. Because there's so many workers, Dark, he's redroning, resaturating. Dark, his initial plans have been disrupted. And hero's looking very comfortable. So here he's just settling into his 3 bases, throwing down extra gateways behind this, getting into charge. Dark is trying to find some value with these Lings. But he is being denied. Dark taking a 5th, extra gases. We spoke earlier about plus on melee, how that usually leads into Hydras, and there it is. It's going to be Ling Hydra or Ling Bane Hydra. But Dark, he needs time to recover. As Dark is still down in workers. Still down in economy. Hero taking up. Temple Archives on the way. Robo as well. Oh god, the Lings don't trade well. They do clean up. They actually clean up all the Zealots. Let's go, but the army just pushes in. Back at home, no defensive Banelings. Banelings are still in production. And they're not going to finish. Well, they may finish towards the end though, but the Queens are under fire. Blood Transfuse. Banelings up, they connect. They shut down the Zealots. That's going to be 22 drones going down, and hero snowballing out of control. He has broken Dark. Again, the early Adepts did cripple him to begin with, and Dark never recovered. He never recovered from the early Adept aggression. 25 drone kills. And the Zealots, they just keep rallying across the map. Hydra's trying to hold their own, but they're struggling against the Zealots. Efficient trades here by hero. Trading minerals for gas. Sniping Hydras. And he can't just keep going. He can just keep going at this point. There's nothing to stop him. The Hydras, they do nothing, Patty. As hero, he can just turn around and chase this. Instead, going for the 4th. Going for the 4th expansion. Luring the army out. Charges on the Hydras. Banelings do what Lin. Nice snipe there from hero. Takes down the Baneling. Kills the 4th. And Dark, again, he's on his last legs here. Now, if hero overextends, if he takes a bad fight, and then maybe if Dark counterattacks, he can try to do some counter damage. But really, at this point, Dark is hoping that hero makes a mistake. He's hoping that hero, he miscontrols his army. Rallies in. That is the hope for Dark. So he waddles in with the Banelings. Hero does take some Banelings to the face. Not the best handling of the Banelings there, but regardless, still has an evolving army. Pushing forward. He has 3 storms as well. Dark is trying to hold on. Here come the storms! Oh my god. Yeah, brutal storms. GG gets called, and hero, he will take the series 3-2, becoming this week's Korean StarCraft League champion. GG. GG, well played. Dark had a very strong start to the series with that 2-0 advantage. Then Dark, he did take some chances, especially on Abyssal Reef. He weren't here for it. Dark, he rushed into Muta play, but he got punished. He got punished very hard, attempting to go Muta. herO was all over him, did bring him down. Likewise, Game 4 and Game 5 were quite similar to each other, actually. We saw in both games herO moving out with 7 Adepts, catching Dark with his pants down, and did cripple Dark. In game 4, here he killed 18 workers with 3 Adepts. Here in the ace match, we saw a little bit of a bigger commitment. It was 7 Adepts this time, but also did kill, what was it, 11, 12 drones, did still cripple Dark, and with that, Dark, he kind of stumbled into the mid game. He had a really hard time recovering, and he wasn't able to. herO went for the kill, went for the win. GG. GG, well played. herO is going to be our champion. Again, herO, he typically is for KSL. Again, herO, historically, he has won the most Korean StarCraft Leagues in the world, out of all players. This is his stomping ground. Dark does often challenge him, and, I mean, hey, we had a great series. Went all the way to the ace match, went all the way to Game 5. In the end, herO did take it, but these two go back and forth. They go back and forth typically in series, so I'm sure the next time, Dark will be able to get the better of herO, and then Dark, and herO again. Usually is back and forth. Regardless, GG, well played. Congratulations to herO, and I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Again, the KSL, the Korean StarCraft League, is a bi-weekly tournament. Every 2 weeks we do have a KSL, and if you want to support the KSL, you can do so via Patreon. !KSL in the chat, and you'll get a link to the Patreon page. For those who do not know, the KSL is funded by the community, for the community, and if you want to support Korean StarCraft, then the Patreon is the place to do it. It is a way to boost the prize pool and to help support the players. Currently, support has waned over time, and that is why this is a bi-weekly, not a weekly. Usually, it used to be every single week. Every single week we would have a KSL, but again, a little bit less support on Patreon means less money, means now it's every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks instead. If we do get more support, then we can turn it into a weekly again. Does all depend on how well the Patreon does perform. It does depend on the people, but regardless, there's always going to be a KSL. Regardless, even if it turns into a monthly, at least we'll have it. We'll still have the Korean StarCraft League. Don't worry. Don't you worry. With that, thank you so much for watching. Now, what I will say, even though this is a bi-weekly, we will have another KSL this weekend. The reason for that is because KSL took a week off because of HSC, because of Home Story Cup. Because of Home Story Cup, there was no KSL last week, so there was like a break basically for KSL, and now we have to catch up. Now we have to catch up with KSL, so that means a back-to-back Korean StarCraft. Let's go. So the next KSL is going to be next weekend. Meanwhile, shout out to papi, gracias, papi, gracias. Thank you so much to Cyan. Fala galera, papi. We just finished. We just wrapped up, but thank you so much. Obrigado for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime to Tater Tutor. Thank you so much. We just crowned our KSL champion. If you missed out on the tournament, if you want to tune into the VODs, check out YouTube, check out Twitch. VODs are available on both platforms instantly. They're on Twitch, they're on YouTube, you can check them out if you missed out, if you want to tune into some of these matches. Again, we had a great performance by both Dark and herO. We were able to feature Estrella earlier, Classic, Zan, Gumiho. It was a very fun event, a very fun tournament as always, And if you are unsatiated, if you want some more StarCraft, we are going to be live in how many hours time? I want to say 9 hours. Let me just double check. In 8 hours and 48 minutes, we are going to be live on this channel with the Wardy TV Monday. Now, last week there was no Wardy TV Monday. That is because of Home Story Cup. Wardy was traveling, Wardy was unavailable, but Wardy is available this week, and he does open up his tournament for community coverage. So we're going to be stepping in, and we're going to be helping Wardy cover his tournament, cover Wardy TV Monday. For those that are curious, that is an open cup that, because it's in 8 hours, it is at a better time for the European region, and at a decent time for the Korean region. Still awful for the Americas, so because of that, we rarely get NA representation in the Wardy TV Monday. It is again more focused on the European and the Korean region instead. But because of that, we get players like Clem, MaxPax, Showtime, and many others. And likewise, you get Korean players like Dark, herO, Byun, Shin, Trap, etc. So it's a nice blend here of Korean and European representation. They face off against each other, and it's usually a good time as well. So again, if you want some more StarCraft, 9 hours. We got you. We got you covered in 9 hours. Meanwhile, if you want another tournament at this time slot, in 24 hours time, we're going to be live with the PvZ Monday. PvZ Monday is a weekly tournament. It is more catered towards the Korean and American time slot. It is a really rough time for Europeans, so it's kind of like the opposite of the Wardy TV Monday, is the PvZ Monday. So better for Americans, worse for Europeans. And as a result, we get players like Australia, players like Trigger. We get some more NA boys, some more Latin American boys as well, alongside the Korean players. So also, good time. Also is a good time to be had. So we'll see you guys in either 9 hours or 24 hours. One or the other will be here for both. Meanwhile, very quickly, when it comes to the rest of our schedule, if you want to tune into some not purely, even more open StarCraft, really, tomorrow in 36 hours? No. Yeah? In around 36 hours time, we're going to be live with Alima League. Alima League is your weekly dose of Alima League action. It is also catered more towards Koreans and Europeans, so in 36 hours, we are the official English casters for Alima League. I do know, but the problem is, of course, is that we don't stream here on Twitch. We stream Alima League over on Chijijik, !Chijijik in the chat. It is a Korean streaming platform. It is sponsored by the Korean platform. That is why we cannot stream it live on Twitch. I do know that usually after the fact, we hand over the replays, and I think Wardy does a replay cast. Pig and Loco, they do replay casts on YouTube. We cast it live, they cast it via replays. If you want to watch it live, you can do so via our Chijijik. Unfortunately, again, we cannot cast it, we cannot stream it on Twitch just because of the sponsor. So do apologize for that, but VODs are uploaded to YouTube in a couple of days. So like in 3 days time, all the VODs should be on YouTube, so you can enjoy it there if you wish. Otherwise, thank you so much. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. We do appreciate it. We're going to be heading off for the day. And we'll be back later on tonight instead. If you want to help support us, you can do so via following us on all the social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord, all things CranKy Ducklings. You can follow us. We do post whenever we go live, so you'll be notified whenever we go live on a daily basis, because we stream every day, multiple times a day, all the StarCraft. Likewise, you can also support us via Patreon as well. Again, you can see our current goal underneath herO's name. We do currently make $298 USD on Patreon. That is all spent on tournaments. That all goes towards our events that we host: Sparkling Tuna Cup, Sea Duckling Open, and Master Swan Open. If we do get a boosted, or if we do reach the next stretch goal, we can boost the prize pool even further and pay out top 4. Currently, only top 2. Only top 2 get paid out in our tournaments. We would love to extend that to top 4 players, and then we can extend that even further and even further as well. So again, we do have our stretch goals laid out on Patreon. If you want to support us, you can do so there for our tournaments. Otherwise, thank you. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. We will see you guys next time. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. Thanks for watching.